Intercontinental Exchange is going to acquire the New York Stock Exchange, Jim. Not a total surprise because, as you know, they were going to do the deal with Deutsche Börse, and Europeans said no way.
And I know this deal has been kicked around back and forth.
Yes, yes.
Obviously, it's one buying the it's the ICE buying the
who would have thought it,
yeah,
right?
And one's a 12-year-old company, an upstart, and the other is obviously one of the most venerable companies in America, done to be able to capture the derivative business because the equity business at NYSE has been losing share for years.
Right.
The derivative business is a growth business. You could argue if you read Dodd-Frank, everything's going to have to be listed, and they would be listed on this exchange. So clearing is a very good business. So I want to point out that Duncan Niederauer has always been really good to shareholders. They never discontinued that dividend, and he will be staying on with the company.
Right, he's going to stay on as president, but basically ICE will be the CEO.
Right, and it's an Atlanta-based company. And this is, I wonder sometimes if there isn't, I was talking with my friend Matt Horween, who writes for The Street, it's expensive in New York. I wonder whether ultimately, other than the building it, the whole operation does go to Atlanta. It's kind of a CNN merger.
What does this mean for NASDAQ? You know, they originally were going to do a three-way deal back when the stock exchange was talking to the Europeans, but it kind of leaves them out of the play. So
it does.
Does it put a big negative on them now?
I don't know. Greifeld is ferociously independent, and I think that the combination of ICE and NYX is powerful, and I'd rather own that combination even up here than I would own NASDAQ.
So do you think NASDAQ's going to have to do something to be competitive?
When you speculate on what they're going to do, they're not happy. So, I mean, because they're very independent and we don't know what they're going to do, and they'll say, listen, how do you know? And so I don't know what they'll do, but I do know that this ICE-NYX tie-up is very good, and I do think that NDAQ should do something because you want to get bigger. You want bigger scale at all times.
Well, that's what Duncan Niederauer said, was scale. It's all about the scale.
Yeah, and scale is really a lot of the theme of all these acquisitions that we've been seeing. People want bigger scale, and the way to do it is to say, okay, money's cheap and I'll buy, or stocks are cheap, and the company that's being acquired says, wow, that's a cheap currency, it'll go up. So a lot of good here.
A lot of good here. That's what Jim's saying.